Hey YouTube, welcome to this little adventure where we're going to build a super small gaming PC using a ThinkCentre m720q and this Radeon ultra small form factor graphics card. So the first step is I put some Kapton tape down just to protect all these internals. The back plate has its own kind of contact points, and I don't want there to be any contact. So I put in one of these 90-degree adapters that's specific for the M720. Here's the part number. There you go, because I know you're going to try this out, right? Of course. Here's this guy. I'm working with a XFX Speedster Swift 108 Radeon RX 6400. And this actually slots in just beautifully right here. It's kind of a half slot card. So I'll just show you how that goes. All right, there we go. It's installed, and actually it's functional just like this. I've tested this and it works with some pretty, good results already. But what I want to do is I want to add some extra ventilation. You see you got two fans here. I would like to add this 140 millimeter fan on top and make it look nice. I've converted this Be Quiet fan to work with USB by buying a USB to 4-pin fan adapter. Boom. So basically, I just want to make a nice looking hat for this thing. I'm going to 3D print it. And it's going to have some nice venting holes to allow for this fan to mount on top and not look all janky. Yeah. Cheers to that. I've got the Quiet Wings 4 140 millimeter fan. And we are going to try our best to get this thing designed and mounted. So I take out my caliper, right? And it's just like a little too long. So yeah, we're gonna have to work with that. I prefer the caliper because it measures in millimeters and I'm usually an inches guy. Haha. But yeah, we'll figure this out. All right, so I'm gonna break out my trusty ruler here. And I noticed we got just under 7 inches on the lid. This gap tolerance is gonna be just enough. It looks like edge to edge, it's like 7 inches and an eighth. Front to back, it's kind of like 7 inches and an eighth. So yeah, but notice very importantly, the top is flat and the side has this extra channel. So I'm probably going to be trying to design something like that. Maybe you're wondering why even 3D print something at all. Well, just notice like this slight bit of gap here. If you were to try to cut into the original lid, it would just not look as good. It wouldn't have the right mounting holes for my fan. I would have to do a lot of drilling, which is, I don't know, some people might be into that, but I want it to look really nice. And I wanted to have some little bit of gap for the internals here to have some room to breathe, importantly. So, and I want it to just look like a polished, meant to be assembled type of thing. And so that's why we're going to 3D print it. Here goes. All right, so I fired up Tinkercad, and I think I've got something pretty close to what I want built here. I imported this really slick 140 millimeter fan grill, and I converted it to a hole. So this will print a negative space, and it'll have all these cool little support brackets, but allow a lot of airflow. The important thing, though, is I wanted to nail this 140 millimeter fan pattern. So it's not really as much about the shape as it is, I just want that to work. So this is probably what I'm looking for. It's got a 7-inch internal and a little bit of overhang, as well as a bit of a lip to give me a 1/4 inch of rise for the internals. So let's give it a shot. I brought it into my slicer tool and realized, wait a second, I got that backwards. So we're updating that right now. And we're getting it like that, which is like, hopefully, like that, you know? We updated it now. Now it's looking right. I had to invert what was being trimmed away in the hole selection. And there we go. That's looking right. All right, total print time is going to be 2 hours. Let's go. All right, and there it is. Fits just right. Pretty happy with it. Got a little bit of a gap tolerance, but that's because 3D printing is mostly accurate and you don't want to have it too small. So pretty happy with it. I think it like fits reasonably well. And now I've got good airflow down to the stuff inside. All right, there it is, final version. So it's all screwed into place and got the fan running. I'll probably add like a fan grill just to keep it on the safe side, but I'm really happy that it pushes the air down to the internals.